question says the graph of y equal to px are given. The graph of y equal to px are given in figure 2.1 below for some polynomials p of x. Find the number of zeros of px in each case. So we have to find the number of zeros of p of x. Now you see the first one here. In the first one, how many times the graph px have crossed the x-axis? So graph px here is this line, this arrow. Now this arrow has not crossed the line x-axis, never. So not even once it has crossed the x-axis. Therefore we can say that there is no value of x for which y becomes 0. That means for the function p of x, there is no value of x for which x is equal y is equals to 0. Therefore in the first case, number of zeros of p of x, number of zeros of p of x, number of zeros of p of x is 0. So there is no zero of p of x. Now let's move on to the second question. Look at the graph in the second one. It has crossed the x-axis in only once. That means number of zero of p of x in the second case is 1. Now let's look closely to it. Here you see, for this value of x, y have become 0. That means for this value of x, p of x value is 0. Therefore we have only one 0 in this case. Now let's look at question number 3rd. In 3rd, you see how many times it crosses the x-axis. It crosses once here, it crosses here once, it crosses here once, and it crosses here once. So total number of times the curve has crossed x-axis is 3. Therefore the number of zeros would be number of zeros of p of x. So it will be 3 in this case, because it has crossed the x-axis in it has crossed the x-axis 3 times. Therefore, now let's look at question number 4. Question number 4, look at this here. This curve crosses the x-axis in exactly 2 positions, which are this and this. Therefore number of zeros of p of x is 2. Similarly, let's look at the 5th one. The 5th one says how many times it crosses the x-axis. Once here, once here, once here, and once here. So total 4 number of times it has crossed the x-axis. Therefore number of zeros will be number of zeros of p of x is 4. Similarly, the last bit, 6th. Here you see the number of times it crossed here is once, here again 1. Here you see it has not crossed, but it has just touched. That means number of times it has touched the x-axis is, this is once, 2, this is 1, 3. So number of times this, question number 6. So number of times number of zeros p of x in the 6th bit is 3. So this is the number of zeros of p of x. I hope it helps. Thank you.